Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT math problems out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 413. Please turn to it. It is the second math section in the first exam. The book has 10 exams in it. Today's our only lesson number 6. In the first 5 days we went through the problems that appeared in the first section, section number 3. Today we are starting the second math section, which is section number 7. On page number 413, let's take a look at it. Now, before I actually start this thing, I want you to understand a couple of things. If you look at the very top of the page there, it tells you how many questions there are and how much time they give you. Here they tell us that there are 18 questions. There are 18 questions. And as I always told you before, they are arranged in the order of difficulty. Loosely speaking, the first 1/3 are easy, the next 1/3 are medium, and last 1/3 are hard. And since there are 18 questions listed on top of the page, one may be tempted to jump to conclusion that first 6 are easy, the next 6 are medium, the last 6 are hard. Seems logical. Don't do that. You must turn the pages and see, make sure they are all of the same type. They are not. If you go to the page number 415, you will see that 415 has the very last multiple choice questions, and on 416 we are given a different type of questions, not a multiple choice questions, but a gradient questions, starting with question number 9, which means they're split into 8 and 10. So the scale no longer goes from 1 through 18 in terms of easy, medium and hard. There are 2 scales. One scale goes 1 through 8, which means 1 through 3 are going to be easy, 4 and 5 are going to be medium, and then 6, 7 and 8 are going to be hard. And that's the end of that story. Now when you get to grading, on a scale of 1 through 10, they are arranged like this. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. I missed something, didn't I? There should be 10 of them. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What did I miss? Why can't I count up to 10? This is 3, this is 4, this is only 2, there should be 3 here. 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What the hell? 8 and 10. 18. I cannot be that slow, can I? I should start with 9, not 8. This one ends at 8 questions. The first 8 are multiple choice questions, and the next 10 are gradient questions, and since there are next 10 are gradient, it starts with not question number 10, I wasn't paying attention, it begins with question number 9. If you look at the page number 416, you will see that on page 416, the very first gradient question begins with 9. So 9, 10, 11 are easy, 12, 13, 14 and 15 are medium, 16, 17 and 18 are hard. Now why do we need to know that? How does it come in handy? How is that information useful to you? Don't you have to do all of them anyway? The answer is yes and no. The reason why it is useful to know this information, and it's very useful, and it's a good idea to have it in your mind, in your thoughts, is because you don't want to find out that when you're working in question number 6, 7 or 8, you don't want to find out that you end up spending inordinate amount of time, excessive amount of time. Let's see if you ever learned the word inordinate. I don't have a vocabulary thing here, so I won't put it here. Inordinate was the word. Inordinate means excessive, unreasonable amount of time. You don't want to find out that you end up spending inordinate amount of time working on question number 6, 7 and 8 when the very next one is a very easy one. Think of these as two trees. Think of these as 2 different trees, and you are told that you're going to be timed, and your job is to take as many apples off the tree as you can. However many apples you get off those 2 trees are yours to keep. These are the high branches. These are the high branches of the first tree. You go as much as you can, and if it begins to take too long, if they're too difficult, it's okay to skip 1 or 2 out of the 3. It's okay, because they are the lower branches. These are the low branches. and then again you get to the high branches. These are difficult and these are difficult. You understand? That's if you want to use that simile, if it helps. Anyway, enough of the talk, let's get going. Enough of the talk. So keep in mind that even though there are 18 questions, this question, what I'm trying to make you understand is that even though there are 18 questions, these questions in this section, they tend to go up in difficulty quite rapidly because the scale only goes from 1 through 8. Unlike the previous section, listen carefully, unlike the previous section that we just finished, section number 3, where the scale went up from 1 through 20. There were 20 questions in the sections and they were all multiple choice. Therefore, they were arranged on a scale of 1 through 20. Here they are arranged on a scale of 1 through 8, they go up very rapidly. By the time you get to 7th and 8th question, they're very difficult. Anyway, number 1. Number 1 being number 1 is a level 1 question. It's very straightforward questions. We are given a symbol here and we are told that each of these symbols represents 2,000 houses. And the question simply is, how many new homes were built from 61 through 1990? Oh, okay, from 61 through 70, if you look at the chart, 61 through 70, they give us 2 of them. From 71 through 80, if you count them, how many symbols they give you 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from 81 through 1990, they give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They give us 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 14. And each one of them represents 2,000 houses. And there are 14 of them. So it's just 28,000 houses. Nothing to it, obviously, because it's number 1. Let's go number 2. That's it. We're done with this one. Number 2. What is the value of W in the picture above? Well, let's see. We are told that this is 35. Well, if this is 35, then the opposite angle is also 35. Opposite angles are equal to each other. When the two lines intersect, this angle equals that angle and that angle equals this angle. These markers are dying. I'm going to retard this one because it's getting very light. I'm still here. I just want to get it out of my way so I don't end up picking it up every time. This is a 45-degree angle, we are told. Again, if this is 45, then so is this one. Oh, there you go. Now we can figure out the W. Since the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180, W just equals 180 minus 35 minus 45. 35 plus 45 is same as 40 plus 40, which is 80. Therefore, 180 minus 80 is 100. That's your W. W equals 100, which is answer choice B. Let's go to the next question. That's it. We are done with the level 1 question. Number 3 is the level 2 questions. I speak in terms of level 1, level 2, as I explained already yesterday, maybe the day before yesterday, I don't remember it. The ETS, the college board, the people who give you the exam, they do not like to speak of a level of difficulty in terms of easy, medium and hard. They assign a level of difficulty from a scale of 1 through 5. If you look at the back of the book there, in the answer key, next to each answer there is a difficulty level, 1 through 5. The next question that we're going to do is level 2. There's still nothing to it. Level 1 and 2 are easy, level 3 are medium, level 4 and 5 are difficult. Our restaurant has 19 tables that can sit a total of 84 people. A total of 84 people. Some of the tables sit 4 people and others sit 5 people. Alright. How many tables sit 5 people? Very straightforward, very simple scenario. We're going to pretend that all of the tables sit 4 people and see how many we can fit, how many we can sit there. There are 19 tables, and if you were to pretend that every one of them sits exactly 4 people, in other words, we are assuming that there are no tables which can sit 5 people. Let's see what happens here. 9 4s are 36, carry 3, 4 plus 3 is 7, 76. That can only sit 76 people. They have 84 people, which means 8 tables must be the ones that can accommodate that can accommodate 5 people. Obviously, there must be 5 tables, or rather 8 tables, where you can sit 5 people each, because otherwise those otherwise those 8 people will have no place to sit. If you sit 4 people at every table, and since we are told that there are 19 tables, that's only 76. We have 84 people. There must be 8 tables where you can sit in this extra person. That's all. Let's do the next one, number 4. These markers are dying one after the other. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm left with only 2 now. Number 4. Question number 4. In 4, we are given a quantity which looks like this: a times a squared plus a times m plus a. Question is, how much is that if a equals 4? Well, the very first thing we should notice is that here we have an a, here we have an a, and here we have an a. All of those 3 terms have a in common, that is their common factor. Let's take it out. Let's take it out common. So if you take out a common out of first term, we are left with m squared. You see, a times m squared is going to give us am squared. Out of the second terms, once we take out the a commons, we are left with m. Again, a times m is going to give us back am. And finally, the last one, once we take out the a, we are left with 1. Again, a times 1 is going to give us our a. And then we are told that a equals 4. If a equals 4, we just have to replace that a with 4. There you go, that's your answer. 4 times m squared plus m plus 1, which is answer choice D. Let's do the next one, number 5. Number 5, now, number 5 is classified as level 3. Now the reason why I point this out to you is that you should have some idea as to what this exam entails. You should try to get in the head of the people who write the questions, you understand, so that you can relate to it as to what their expectations are. They're calling this next one level 3. We'll see what happens. But typically level 1 through 3 are not that bad. It's the 4 and the 5 that you have to worry about. In the picture above, the circle with center O is inscribed in the square ABCD. Alright, so here we have a square. We are told that it's a square. A, B, C and D. We are told that this side is 2. And here is our circle. Now before we do anything at all, we must realize that because the way the circle is inscribed inside the square is tangent to it, that tells you that the diameter of this circle, this is the diameter, this is it, this is the diameter. It tells us that the diameter of this circle is 2. Let's see what they're asking for. They're asking for the area of the shaded portion. Alright, big deal. This is the area that they're looking for. And they tell us that it's a square. Well, because if it's a square, this area that they show us, it must make 90 degrees. Because C to D is same as A to B, A to D is very symmetric. It's a 90 degree. So what does that represent, the area of the shaded region? The area of the shaded region represents quarter of the circle. All we have to do is find the area of the circle and take 1/4 of it. Pi r squared. What's the radius of the circle? We just said the diameter is 2. That is the diameter. The diameter is from here to here. From here to here is same as B to A, which is 2. Therefore the radius must be 1. Pi r squared, which is just pi. That's the area of the entire circle. 1/4 would be, 1/4 of the circle would be just 1/4 of that. The area of the shaded region is pi over 4. The area of the shaded region is quarter of the area of the circle, which is answer choice A. That's it. I'm going to stop right here. We'll do the next page tomorrow. Okay? Bye now.